Alright, today I'm going to show you how to paint your old, wore out Andis Master. It shouldn't look this crappy when you do it. It should look nice like this. So, what you're going to need here is a simple socket set. I got pliers and some screwdrivers. Got a magnetic plate so I don't lose any of the screws. Some razor blades for when you mask it off. Red Scotch-Brite and a gray Scotch-Brite. If it's brand new and you want to paint it, use the gray Scotch-Brite pad. You don't need to sand it down like I am. I just have a lot of old paint on here, so I'm going to sand it off. I'm probably going to start with 80 grit and work my way to 180, and then 400, then 600 grit. Okay, I'm in the middle of disassembling this, and I just want to, this is probably a crucial part. You're going to have to unscrew this to take the power cord out. So just a heads up. Okay, so we got that off, and there is one solder here. I do have a soldering gun. I picked it up for $1 at a garage sale. You could probably get it at maybe Walmart for maybe $2. I'm just gonna break the solder, and I'm just gonna electrical tape it back. You lift this little plate up with a screwdriver, and it's out. Alright, so I got it disassembled. Have it down to bare metal, and there is some deep scratches on here because I went with 80 grit to get all the paint off. So I'm probably gonna have to end up priming it. So before you prime it, you're gonna have to mask it off. I use 3M masking tape. I'm using Nason Select Seal. It's a cheaper high build primer. I bought a whole gallon for $100. Here is the PPG painting system. I'm going to be using a Exalta Chroma based system. It's a lot cheaper, and I think it's just as good. The gun I'll be using is a $10 Harbor Freight gun. So when you're priming, you just want to do a couple light coats first, and then you could really just lay it on. What you're trying to do is fill in all the deep scratches. So after it's cured for 2 hours, you want to sand it down with 600 to 800 grit, just so it's nice and smooth. This is my first base coat. I wanted a nice metallic background for when I put my blue paint on. I wanted the blue to really like pop and look metallic. So after about 2 to 3 coats of this blue, I looked at it and I didn't like it, so I wanted to do something a little different, and I flicked white paint on it. So I just used a popsicle stick and with white paint, and I just flicked it onto the clipper, and it came out pretty nice. This is after 2 coats of clear. Once you clear it, you want to get your masking tape off there. Just if you let it dry with the masking tape on there and you try to take it off, it could peel your paint away. So get the masking tape off there, and then after that just let it sit for a day, just till it's fully cured, because you don't want to grab it when it's not full or not cured most of the way, because you'll leave some really deep fingerprints in the clear and it'll look really ugly, and you'd have to buff it out, and if you try to buff it out, you could eat through your paint really easily. So after you sand all the old paint off, or just scuff it, prime it to get all the scratches out, and then sand it again so it's nice and smooth, and apply your first base coat. Then after you have the color you want, just clear right over it. What the clear does, it gives it a nice gloss, it makes it look wet, and it protects the paint. So you can pretty much use whatever type of paint, like even from a rattle can, just as long as you have like a nice clear coat, a nice strong clear coat, and you want to make sure that it's fully cured. Like right now, it's still not fully cured. It will probably cure within the next week or two. Like, it feels dry, I can touch it, but it's still soft. So once it cures, it'll be rock solid and it won't be so fragile. So if you guys are planning on using these, I'd wait another 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. I'd wait the 2 weeks just before I use them, just so I don't scuff them or nick the paint off. Because you did all that hard work and you don't want to do it all over again.